So today we have Miss Shameka Johnson on the show. All right. Your last name is Johnson like me, girl.
So we family. We can.
We already see here. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So Shameka has a cleaning company. I'm going to let you tell them the name of your cleaning company and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Okay. First, the name of my cleaning company is SDJ Cleaning Solutions. It's based here in Arlington, Texas, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So it is pretty big. So I'm just, a small fish in a really big pond out here in the Metroplex. I started my company in December of 2019. I did take a leap of faith, like the type of leap of faith that has you 4 hours late for work. Mm-hmm. I'm downtown at the county clerk office, get the paperwork done. So, it was like I had two options: either do it or do it, period. So, I did it. And now that time has passed, in my opinion, it is the best decision that I could have ever made, because that one decision led to other decisions, other things to take place, in my life that has gotten me to the place right now where I can breathe, not just be like, I'm holding my breath all the time, but, just got me to a place where I can breathe.
Okay. Awesome. How many kids do you have?
I have two beautiful daughters. One is 20 and one is 13. You probably won't see them in this video, but you'll probably hear them sometime. Might hear them sometime in this video, but I have two beautiful daughters, and they are the absolute love of my life.
Okay. Do your kids help you out with your cleaning?
Now no, they have not. They only know I have a cleaning business, but as far as helping, girl, no.
No. I have, well, everyone knows I have 5 children and 3 teenagers, and it's hard. It's hard to get them out the bed. They're supposed to be watching my 3-year-old and 5-year-old now. And when I go out there, the house is probably going to be a mess, because 2 teenagers, one is upstairs on the phone, the other one is in her room locked up on the phone, and my other 2 just be running around fucking up everything.
Oh my goodness.
So, what was it hard for you to find clients at first?
To be honest, I don't have any clients right now here in this area since Corona made her debut here. And I'll be really honest, these people here, they do take that very serious. Like, you can actually shoot a cannon up the street and won't hit anybody. The thing that's popping right now in this area is more residential. All of the commercial, all the commercial places, they have closed up their doors, and they really not taking any chances right now. I think I saw on the news the other day where the governor, Governor Abbott, he is talking about slowly, now that we're approaching the end of our shelter-in-place order, that he's thinking about slowly opening, a few places here, but I don't know if they're going to be commercial. I think they're really going to be more like retail and restaurant and stuff like that. Right. But right now, I don't have any commercial clients. Like, that's my thing. I have done a residential, and girl, I will say, shout out to the women who do residential. I went in to clean that person's house. I'm like, it took me like 4 hours to clean a tutu. It was a really large tutu, but I got it done. But when I got in the car, girl, it felt like somebody tied me to the back of my own car and drugged me down the street and forgot I was back there. I completely worn out. But I was like, shout out to the women who do it, because that is not my cup of tea. But you know what? It was my cup of tea when he handed over that cash, when I got
okay. See, the money is good. See, what you got to learn how to do is take yourself out of the business. Work on your business and not in your business. So the next time you get one of those big houses, and let's say is $250, you find a contractor that's going to do it for $120, and then that way you just pocketed the rest of the money, and that goes towards your company, and you didn't do nothing. So that's just how you have to look at it. Next time you get a gig like that, line you up some employees or well, independent contractors. Because they're the best to start off with, 1099. Start interviewing them. Right now is the best time to do that. When you don't have nothing to do, start interviewing people like you got 100 damn contracts. Just interview them because you need to get your list together. So when you get you a client, when you find someone, then you just pull your list up and then ask them if they want to come and if they would like to come, you know, do a house for you. Then what you do is go behind them and inspect. So then that just turned you into the inspector. You know what I mean? So you got paid and you just, only thing you did was inspect. So you have to just work on taking yourself out of the business. A lot of people, when we first go into it, we're coming from an employee state of mind. And, you know, we're used to working every hour for $1. But when you transform into being an entrepreneur, you got to get used to getting clients, getting great employees or contractors. You know, that'll be your initial job, what you do. But try it out one day. Just try it out. Trust me.
I'm talking about that. I jumped in head first. I'm like, okay, got to get up Saturday morning, got to go to work. You know, but now I just, you know, wrote that down, what you just said, you know, to get a list of contractors together, girl. They were the last thing on my mind.
Because a lot of people, I know how it is when you first starting out. When I first started out, I didn't think to get a list together because I was like, I don't even have any clients. Like, who am I going to interview? But then I had to snap out of that employee mindset and get into the entrepreneur mindset. Like, okay, let me act like I already got $1 million company. What would I do? You know what I'm saying? So I got my list together. I was talking to people like I was already in the game, like I was Mary Maids or something. And they didn't know that I was just starting out. I mean, I looked professional. My car was looking good. It's my son calling. Hold on, son. I'm doing an interview. Okay. Bye. Sorry about that. But yeah, they didn't know. You just walk the walk, you talk the talk, you do your interviews, you get your line your people up, and then you go find your clients, and then you just go from there. Start matching them up, and that'll be your initial job. You will slowly begin to see yourself not wanting to do no work. Like right now, I don't do no work. But I ain't gonna lie, in the beginning, I had to do the work, and I did it with my kids. They're lazy sometimes. They do a half-ass job. I got to go behind them, and it begins to be a headache. And then also in the beginning, you need the money. So that's another reason why I had to just toughen it out and just go ahead and do it, because I needed the money. You know, I mean, if you got bills to pay, you can't really afford to say, you know, 50% or something. I need the whole shebang, you know.
I know that's right.
Yeah, if that's the case, then you got to go and do the whole thing. Or I just start taking both of my teenagers and I throw them inside the unit and make them do it. Tell them that y'all got to help me pay the bills here, because see, y'all wanted me to take y'all out the projects and put y'all in a nice place. So now you got to help me out before we end up going back.
I know
that makes them get up. They were like, oh, well, all right, what you need done? All right. So I take it you didn't start the disinfecting cleaning yet because you don't have any clients right now, the commercial cleaning right now.
But hold on. Just yesterday, I had got a phone call from a lady that's in one of the nearby cities here, and I honestly thought it was a joke. She called like 8:00 in the morning. I was still asleep when she called. So when I answered the phone, she was like, "Is this?" I dislike when people not call the name of the service. They was like, "Is this disinfecting and sanitizing?" I'm like, I'm in automatic attitude mode. I'm like, no, this is Cleaning Solutions. How can I help you? You know, when she said that, because when you remember when you told me about putting the ads on Craigslist, that's where she got my phone number from. So when I put it together, what she was calling for, I got up and ran and came to the computer. So she was like that. They were looking for disinfecting and sanitizing service for a daycare. And while we were talking, I got an email from her employer. So he was asking, you know, gave me the square footage and asking how much would I charge for weekly disinfecting and sanitizing for their daycare. So I'm like, you know, when she called out the email address, I saw the same email address in the email. So I'm like, okay, automatically this is her employer. And still, I'm thinking it was a joke because you know how people be scamming on Craigslist.
Yeah, they do. They do.
When I talked to her and I emailed this person back, her employer directly, he responded back to me. He was like, okay, when I gave him the price, and I used, shout out to AJ, I used the calculated clean, you know, for the special services. Okay. And I just plugged in the square footage. But the only thing they did not require was there will be no general cleaning on my part. Their people was going to do that. They just wanted the service. So I was, you know, able to deduct like the average for that square footage out of the total price, and the price that was left over, that was the price I gave them. So when he emailed me back, he was like, your price is really competitive, you know, among the other people that I have called. And he was like, you know, give me a few days. I will, you know, get back with you and let you know. Girl, I was on cloud 9. You could not get my head out of the clouds. Girl. I was like, girl, that's a couple $100 in my what? So, you know, I was excited about that though. So,
are you using the fogger, or are you just going out there and doing the disinfecting, you know, hitting all the hot spots?
You know, actually, our area, Home Depot and Lowe's, they have them in stock. Very surprising. They have them in stock. So I'm gonna, now that the stimulus done hit, I'm going to go get.
I know, right?
I'm going to get me a few of them. You know, why they have them in stock right now
before the price go up. Because somebody called me. I bought a couple of them. I sold them for about $3. But somebody inboxed me and said that they was going up on the prices at Lowe's.
Girl, and they are
because they was $100. So
right,
and then they know everybody that got them stimulus. So
you know they got to capitalize on that. So I'm going to get me a few of them. And there is a local janitorial supply company here, not even far from me. And I went there yesterday and got he had some disinfectant, and with me working at a local university here, he gave me a discount. I was surprised at that. You know, I just wanted the disinfectants because I'm like, if the people call, I want to be prepared, you know, to go ahead and do the job. Because I told them, if you want it, I'll be available to do it Saturday morning. I'm available.
Okay. So, what type of solution did he give you?
It's the Quat 64. It's actually on the CDC list.
Okay, cool.
The Quat 64 for.
Okay, guys, you hear that? Because I know they looking at this for some value. Everybody, we all in this together. So
right.
64.
It's QUAT Quat 64, and I wish I brought the jug in here. It's a big tall gallon, but you have to dilute it. It's not ready to use. You have to dilute that.
Okay, all right. So I saw on your Instagram that you actually use the Kai Vac. How does that work?
Best invention known to man.
$3,000.
Yeah, best invention known to man. If I had $3,000, I would definitely.
Girl, it's pretty good.
Yes, by me working at a local university here in Arlington, you know, they require them, you know, because the buildings are so big, you know, instead of us just having to do everything by hand, you know, they invested in those machines. And I mainly use it when I'm in the restroom. I hate cleaning the bathroom, you know, so I just use it. It has a mist setting, and it has a spray setting, like I'm directly spraying, you know, something. It has like a pressure hose on it, and I just use it for the whole no-touch restroom cleaning. I love it. I just pour the solution. The solution we use is the Virox, and it's already ready to use. So I just pour it in there, and I'm heavy-handed on this solution. I barely use any water. I'm heavy-handed on that. So I just pour it in there and spray it out. Give it. I let it dry overnight. Boom, we ready to work the next day with the machine. So I actually love it.
Okay, cool. The Kai Vac. I was doing some research on that, and then I saw you with you like the first person that I saw actually with it. And I was like, I wonder how that thing works, because I saw a few YouTube videos on it. And I said, damn, I would love to use that in my if I ain't got to use no hands, especially in the men's bathroom. Y'all Jesus. Now y'all talk about the women's bathroom. Wow. but I was wondering how it worked though, you know. In case anybody else is wondering how it works, there you go. Okay. So why did you decide to choose the cleaning business?
Yeah, ever since I got in the workforce, I have been something geared towards being a custodian, a janitor, whether it was my actual employer or it was a part-time job in addition to my full-time job. And I just never steered from it, because being in housekeeping, it don't matter what area you are in housekeeping, it gave me the flexibility. Now, I'm not saying that I love to clean, because I do not, but it's just something about it. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it, especially when I got my system down, on how I worked in the hospital. I worked in, just different facilities doing housekeeping. And to me, it became easier when I got my system down, because when I go into a room, I start clockwise and come out counterclockwise. That's how I'm able to hit everything. And I'm done in about 30 minutes in that one room. Right. But housekeeping has just offered me a flexibility other than any other job I've ever had. So, and I got introduced to entrepreneurship when I was in my early 20s, but I didn't even know what it was, because a lot of people in my family were not talking about entrepreneurship, yet alone how to even pronounce it. So, a lot of that was going on, but when I got introduced to it, I'm like, the main thing that popped out at me was the freedom that these people had. Now, I was actually rubbing shoulders with people who were making $100,000 a month. I thought it was a joke, but no, it was not a joke. So over the years, I saw how, like they had the whole Y2K boom. Entrepreneurship had its own boom, years ago, when people started to realize that these 9-to-5s were not the move. I started to see, different different people, talking about entrepreneurship. So I'm like, okay, well, what is that? I didn't realize that I wanted to be an entrepreneur until about 5 years ago, when I absolutely had it with my 9-to-5. Like, I'm talking about looking at my purse and keys and looking at the door, ready to go. I had it with the 9-to-5.
That's what do it.
Right.
I tell people all the time, you got, if you still there, you ain't tired enough. You ain't got fed up. You ain't got pissed off enough. You ain't mad.
I know. and another thing, and this just happened just this year. Another thing that really, I'm talking about that. No, that happened last year. I'm sorry. Really, just let me know, Shameka, it's really time to go. Was a couple months ago, I was working 2 full-time jobs, like one in the morning, one in the night, and I would see my kids the next morning, but working 2 full-time jobs, that's a whole other interview. I was working there, and I'm a very spiritual person. I rarely look at things in the physical, because I done been through, girl, Corona ain't nothing. I done been through some storms in my life. So dealing with that, it's nothing. But with my last full-time job, that I had last year, I was working at a rehab hospital in housekeeping, of course. And all of a sudden, at first, it was all smiles and Hallmark card, at the job. I was a superstar. Literally, I was. So all of a sudden, when it came down to the point where I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set a date, it's time to go, was when I saw my supervisor more. I was in his office more than I was actually out there on the floor. So, and they was talking about I had got complaints and stuff like that. I'm like, what, bro? I'm like, I know something was going on, because I am about my work. Like, I'm anal about my work. And I was clean.
Right.
So when I was in his office more than I was actually out there on the floor, I'm like, it was God tapping me on the shoulder, like, nah, sis, it's time to go right now. Not right now, but right now. So when I made the choice to leave, girl, that lifted a weight off my shoulders like no other, because I felt deep inside that I was making the right decision. Right. And I had been praying for the opportunity to leave, because it was taking a toll on me physically. I want to work myself into the hospital.
Exactly.
Like that. So I was like, you know what? It's either now or never. So
you realize that you are working to make someone else rich.
Right.
And you can do the same damn thing for yourself.
Right.
The light bulb go off in your head. Because I've been a housekeeper all my life. I did it all. Housekeeping, janitor work, you name it. Every damn job was cleaning.
Right.
And really because it was hard for me to find anything else because I had something on my background. Now, before I got into trouble in 2008, I had jobs like I worked at the hospital and I was driving the money truck, and even those jobs, and now that I think about it, wasn't shit because they was like $9 and $10 an hour. And now it's 2020 and I'm making the numbers that I'm making now. I was like, back then we thought that was money back then,
right?
You know what I'm saying? People was like, you rich, you drive the money truck. I'm thinking I'm all that. I got my little gun on my hip. I'm thinking I'm doing something, girl. I'm driving $1 million around every day.
Right.
You tell me nothing. Child, please, putting my damn life on the line every day.
Right, basically. Right.
A lot of things could have happened to me out there while I was making $9 and $10 an hour.
I know it.
When you look back at all that, you be like, man, it was pimping us. Out of us. I
know that's right, girl.
It was pimping us.
Right.
I mean, it's just that light bulb. It gotta go off. It gotta go off your head. I was a housekeeper. I remember I was 9 months pregnant. And I swear to God, this man gave me so many checkouts, and I was 9 months pregnant. It ain't make no sense. I looked at the list after I gave you my doctor's excuse. It said light duty. This ain't no like. You know what? And that was it for me with the housekeeping thing, because that showed me how much they really give a damn about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Housekeeping work is a lot of work, especially when
it really is.
With a baby. You know
right.
what I mean? So being that he literally didn't care, hell, I left him with all those checkouts. You figure out, you get somebody else
right.
all those checkouts and run me my check whenever the hell it comes.
Right.
So, so what was one of the struggles that one of your main struggles that you dealt with in your cleaning company? I know you're still new, but like what would be one of the main struggles you would say that you deal with?
As I stated to you, I do choose to be honest and transparent, in this interview, but I lack discipline. Like, I don't have anybody standing over my shoulder to check me about anything, not mom, dad, nobody else. So I basically been on this whole, I do what I want to do when I want to do it, type trip. And Lord willing, I will be 40 this year. Sometimes I still have that mindset. Like, I enjoy sleeping. Now that, Corona's here, I enjoy sleeping till 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Knowing I'm supposed to be up at 8, starting my morning routine. I lack discipline. I have a nonchalant attitude about a lot of things. Thank God I really budgeted my tax refund. I'm not really hurting, for money to pay, the rent and stuff like that. Thank God, because it ain't always good like that.
Yeah.
But, now I'm able to see my kids more, to actually look at them, more. We actually, get a chance to have conversations and stuff like that. But I'm getting all over the place. But you asked about the struggle. Discipline is my main thing.
Right.
And I'm working on that every second of the day. I am working on discipline. Like this morning, I supposed to got up and when it worked out, I ain't happy. I hit the snooze button. Like I got up to read because I make that a point. I got up to read and I looked at that bed. Now I sleep in a very comfortable king size bed. It wouldn't let me go. She had ice grips this morning. She wouldn't let me go. So I laid back down for an hour and I think I got up at 11 o'clock and got ready for your interview.
Well, listen, don't be ashamed, because lack of discipline, that was actually one of my main struggles in the beginning. I had to find some discipline before I could like grow in the company, because discipline, especially when you have a family to take care of. A single mom with 5 kids, everything got to be scheduled out. You got to have some discipline going on. And I was one of those, just like you. You couldn't tell me nothing. I do what I want when I say what I want, and you know what I mean. But I had to realize that if I really want to grow a company and really want to be a 6-7 figure earner, which I felt like I deserve because I worked so hard and I'm a good person, and I don't know why. I mean, it's just me. All this stuff is happening to me. Why can't I be great and wonderful and live these houses that we clean? They inspire me so much because we clean houses.
Yes.
And I'll be walking around trying to do interviews, and I'm looking like, ooh, goodness. All this marble all over the place.
No.
And I'm trying to like keep my composure while I'm in there. Okay. And how much we have? We have rooms and
right.
I want to be like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just had to get tired of that lifestyle, and I said, you know what? I got to get some discipline. So one thing I started to do, all the millionaires that houses that we clean for, I used to have conversations with them. Like, what do you do? And we used to have like really good conversations, and they would let me know their morning routine, and you know, I paid attention to the stuff they would eat and breakfast, and you know, just little things I started to pay attention to. The main thing stuck out to me was none of them had like a Bentley in the driveway. You know, no Gucci, no Louis around nowhere, but y'all rich. You know, they didn't spend their money foolishly on those type of things. You know what I'm saying? All of them owned a business and had employees. That was one of the main things that had stuck out. I was saying, you know what? Because my kids, they want what they see on TV. You know, and I had to start teaching them about assets, like real assets. Like, man, if we really want to be wealthy, we gotta do what wealthy people do. Wealthy people don't do all of this foolishness right here that you talking about. You go spend $1,000 on a damn Bergen bag. What? You want me to do? You are crazy. You want me to get $300 and $400 hairdos and all that? I said, I don't even got that. I got on a wig, a Charlie wig. I ain't got on no. I ain't got that. So that's what my girls want. They want so much of what y'all see. But this is the real world that we living in. I'm a single mom. I ain't got nobody else, no other spouse on my side to say, hey, baby, well, here go such and such on the ring. Ain't none of that going on over here. It's all on me. So y'all got a budget. We all got a budget and work together. And we had to have a conversation on discipline in my family all together. Cut down on going out to eat. We used to go out to eat all the time. We had to cut back on all that shopping and stuff that we used to do. Every damn new shoe come out. You ain't got to have every new shoe that come out. You know, you just don't have to. But we had to cut back on all those things. I started to wake up early because I wanted to get more stuff done. And I put myself on a time limit. From 10 o'clock, I try to go to bed at 10 and wake up at 5. If I don't get to bed at 10, if I get up at 11, I'm waking up at 6. So I give myself, I had to put myself on some kind of schedule. And tomorrow, like when tomorrow comes, I already know what I need to have done for tomorrow because I have a list. And I have to follow it. I have to be disciplined in order to follow it. It was hard for me to do these things in the beginning. It takes baby steps though. It really takes baby steps for you to do it. A lot of people don't know, but I used to be addicted to alcohol. You know, I used to wake up to alcohol all the time. But what weaned me off of it was I used to instead of drinking hard liquor, I started drinking wine. And then drinking wine, I would put apple cider vinegar and water in a wine glass.
Oh, girl. You made my jaws clench up with that ACV.
And I would trick myself into, you know, because it's just that thing of grabbing the wine glass. Like that was like a mind trick that I played on myself to just to kind of slowly wean me off of it. And now I don't have to have it every day. You know, it's about baby steps, man. But you definitely have to have discipline if you want something. Okay, so anyway, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I want you to tell the people what your goal is for 2020.
My goal for 2020 is, my more immediate goal is to get my business off the ground, because right now that's where it is, on the ground. I would like for it to get off the ground. And I really do have a distinct feeling that when this whole tide turns, the janitorial industry is going to completely blow up. So I want to be ready, you know, for that. But towards the end of 2020, I want to I want to move into, and it don't really take long to do that. I want to move into government contracting. That's where the coins are from my research. Government contracting being
yes.
That's where them coins at.
Go and do this today. Don't wait. Do this today. I'm gonna get you started.
Okay.
Go get your DUNS number because you're gonna need a DUNS number. It's free. Okay. And then I want you to go on SAMS.com and I want you to register to do government contracts. Those are the first 2 steps that you need in government contract. Because I know you already got your EIN number, your business license, and all that, right?
But see, hold on. The thing is, I started my business as a DBA first. In Texas, to convert it to an LLC, it's $300. I ain't have $300 on laying on the nightstand. That's how much it is to convert it to an LLC. So before the month is out, I had that $300. I got half of it right now. So, in order.
But let me tell you that I started out with the government contract when I had my first business. I did get frustrated when it got to the bidding and proposal stage because I had so much going on in my world. I just couldn't do it all, so that's where I had stopped at. And then I ended up dissolving that LLC and I don't even have that company no more. So I do have experience. I do have experience in that, just the beginning stages of it. But I never did finish with the proposal and the bidding and all that stuff. I never got to that level. But I am gonna reventure that. So we're gonna be doing this together. But that's what I said. I know for a fact you need to get your DUNS number and do your SAMS registration. www.sam.com. Go ahead and do those 2 steps, and that'll start.
Okay.
All right. So tell the people where they can find you at.
Girl, now you know what? I got 2 IG pages, and I'm girl.
Yes, you do, girl, because you was hitting me on both of them. I didn't know who the hell is this the same girl. I was talking to her the same day over 2 different pages. Look now, this the same person.
On Facebook, you can find me by my name, Shameka Johnson. You can find me with that big old Kool-Aid smile that I got on my picture, on my profile picture. On my IG, my business page is SDJ Cleaning Solutions. You can hit me up there. And also my personal page, Shameka Johnson with the number 7. Don't even ask me where the 7 come from. IG picked that. So I just went with what they picked. But feel free, if anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to hit me up on any of that. And girl, you just don't know, like I was seriously geeked by doing this interview with you. Ain't nobody ever asked me to do anything like this. So I was super excited. I do thank you so much for thinking of me, to ask me to be on your podcast. I do hope we can work together in the future, on different things. But, I do just want to thank you so much for that.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you as well. You are actually the second guest on the show. And just like, I'm just here to help you guys out. You know what I'm saying? That y'all don't know how much inspiration I get from you guys. You know what I mean? So we all in this together. That's how I see it. A lot of people try to make it like, Black people don't want to help each other out and all that stuff.
Right.
I ain't one of them people. I'm not. You know what I mean? I know. I've been in the projects, and I said when I figure it out, I'm going to heal the world, make it a better
place.
For real, I said I'm gonna share the love, because I mean, when I figured it out, I was like, well, damn, it ain't that hard, to been to this level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Shameka Johnson, for being on the show. This probably will be out within the next couple of days. I'm going to edit it, and hopefully if you know anybody else that want to be on the podcast, send them my way.
Okay. Now, you know what? What was the first lady name that you interviewed?
What's her name? No, not Ashley. I think it's not with an A.
What I do would like, it's 2 ladies. I know one lady owns the Glean cleaning company. I forgot her name, but the other lady, what's her name? Stephanie? Is it Stephanie Weaver? I think she's in CBN. I think she is now. I'm gonna have to find her information. I'm gonna send it to you. I know I want to. I would like to see you interview those two ladies, because they doing it. You know, those two ladies, I'm all about women empowerment, you know, so I would like to, you know, from those ladies, like, you know, what are they doing, you know, in their business, and some pointers, you know, that I can take from my business to help me build it. So yeah, but as I find that information, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, just let me know. I'll be happy to. You know, I'm all about woman empowerment too.
Okay, I sure will send it to you, ma'am.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, Miss Shameka Johnson.
All right, now, Miss Katrina, you have a good day, okay?
All right. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Okay.